So I decided to look into dog training, and I had an evaluation with our dog trainer, and within the first few minutes he kind of went over what the game plan was and told me that he would be using a prong collar and an e-collar, and I almost didn't hear how they were going to be used, because in that moment I thought, nope, this isn't the training for me. Decimus will not have a prong collar around his beautiful little neck, and I will never ever be able to use an e-collar on him. My name is Kaitlin, and my dog's name is Decimus Henry Walsh. He is a border collie pit bull mix, allegedly. They did tell me when I was going to adopt him that he had a bite on his record, and initially I thought, I don't know if I can do that, but there was something about the way that he just laid around me and sat beside me that made me think, you know what, it's probably fine. So I said that I wanted him, and they told me that I could come pick him up in a week. So I waited a week, and then I got my Decimus. When I would take him on walks, he was uncontrollable. He would pull me, and he would bark at everybody who walked by, and if you were a runner, especially a male runner, forget about it. I mean, I would have to cut across fields to get out of the way. I would have to, if I saw somebody, I would walk the opposite direction, even if that meant walking back to our car until they were far enough away, just to get him under control, because he was loud, he was rambunctious, and I didn't know how to tell people he's probably okay, he's probably not going to do anything. And I also wore a waist leash at that time, and so another fear I had was that this 50-pound dog was going to take me across a field and just have me pulled behind him. So after about 3 or 4 months with him, I realized I couldn't take him to my niece and nephew's softball games, and I couldn't walk around the neighborhood if there were dogs off leash without him getting super reactive. And at one point, a man was walking by, he was my neighbor, and he wanted to pet Decimus, and I told him, you know, don't pet him, he doesn't like men too much, and he doesn't like bags. And the man walked up to him anyways, and Decimus jumped up. He didn't growl or bite, he just jumped up, but in that moment I didn't know what was gonna happen. And at that point I had become so attached to him that I realized I can't risk losing him. I can't risk him approaching somebody and biting them or scaring them, and then he gets taken away from me. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He mentioned a prong collar, and I thought, well, I don't think we will be moving forward with training. But I went ahead with training because I knew that that was what was best for Decimus and for our future. So we did the training beginning with the prong collar, and I immediately fell in love with this tool. Oh my gosh, he goes everywhere with me, absolutely everywhere. We go on walks, we go to coffee shops, and if I need to pop into a store and he's with me, I can just put him on a collar and we walk in, and he stays right beside me. When we're checking out, he sits, and I don't have to worry about him. My advice is give it a try. It's going to change and improve the quality of not only your dog's life, but your relationship with your dog, because now that Decimus has responded so well to the prong collar, he has so much more freedom, and I have so much more trust and comfort in him. So I know when I take him somewhere, he is on his best behavior, but not because he's scared or fearful of it, but because he wants to be. Because now he associates that collar with freedom, and when he sees that, he knows that something fun and exciting is getting ready to happen. So I never thought that I would ever have a prong collar on a dog, and now I basically could be a salesperson for prong collars.